Hello, beautiful people, and how are you all doing this beautiful Saturday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you might be joining me from? I'm so excited to be back today. It's been a long, long time, no live, and I'm glad to be here again. It's really been 3 weeks, I think. I've not been live, but I'm here again, and that's what matters. And I've been away for good reasons. I want to know where you're joining me from today. If you can see me, if you can hear me, I wanted to say you can see me. If you don't mind, just say hello to me so that I can know that you are there joining me. And if you don't mind, you can help us share. We are going to be few minutes. It's just going to be a few minutes here, and we are going to be out of here soon, 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 soon. All right, who is there? Who is joining me today? Let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know where you're joining me from today. I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here. I can see Madam Alogu all the way. Thank you for joining me. Madam, God bless you. God bless you. All right, let me know where you're joining me from. It's Parenting Essential time. Parenting Essential time, and we are here again. I'm just going to be talking on general discussion today, putting our growing glory as a case study. And it's been an amazing time for me. The Vision Guide has been away on the mission field, and I can say confidently that God indeed showed up. It was full of testimonies and wonders. And quite a lot of happening made me, have a rethink about our growing glory and what exactly we are doing with them. Sometimes we take quite a lot of things with levity, or we just look at them as if we just underestimate things that we're supposed to put attention to. And that is why I just want us to talk on a very relaxed note today. Just a moment, please. All right, thank you, thank you. I can see Visioner Toyin. Thank you for joining me. All right, okay, 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 okay. In case you don't know, my name is Oye Esther, and I am a family life practitioner and a parenting coach. And every Saturday evening, except otherwise stated, we are here together to discuss on our growing glory. I love to call children the growing glory for a reason, and I'll be talking about that briefly also today. So it's been an amazing time. I want to say thank you for joining me. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. One amazing 3 weeks of not showing up live. But trust me, I've been here, I've been here, I've been here. All right. We've been on mission field. I said that already, and it was to the glory of God. Uh, there were quite a lot of things that we recorded in these weeks of not being here, that we've been away. We recorded the transformation of lives, especially in the life of the teenagers, salvation, which is the most important, mended life, emotional stability, and many other things that I can't even count. And to God alone be all the glory. When we talk about salvation, I think that is the ultimate. When we see the little ones coming out to give their life to Jesus, accepting Jesus all over again, rededicating their lives, I think it's one of the things that I personally look forward to, because I think beyond whatever we want to achieve in life, I think heaven is the gain, right? If you agree with me, you can just put it there that you agree that heaven is the gain. And I think if any young child, a teenager, can know God for themselves early enough in life, when you have a personal relationship with God early enough in life, quite a lot of things that we struggle with, the generation before us struggle with, they will not, because the Holy Spirit will always be there to guide them. And hence, we want to do catch them young. So, as a parent, what are you doing? What are you catching? As a parent, a caregiver, are you also intentional about catching them young? Are you even catching your own children? What are you doing? Ask yourself, what have I been doing? Oh, hey, what have you been doing with PMP? Can I genuinely answer that question to myself? I don't need your answers. But sometimes, I just want us to always take a moment and think beyond what people think of us or how people perceive us. What exactly am I doing with this, my growing glory? What are we doing? It is quite a lot of things on my mind at this moment as parent. But I want us to focus on our growing glory. Children, why do I even call them growing glory? Why that name? How did I come about that name? Growing glory. I strongly believe that children are the glory of the Lord. I believe that they're growing in glory and waiting patiently for the day of their manifestation. These children are growing. They are the glory of the Lord, and the Lord has entrusted them in our hands to nurture, to cherish, to feed, to bring up, to raise, to rear, whatever name you can think of. But my question to you today as parent, as caregiver, is what exactly are you doing? And how equipped do you think you are to be able to carry this assignment that the Lord has given to you? How equipped are you? Do you think you are equipped enough? Do you think you are skilled enough for you to be able to guide this glory that's been given to you? You know, as parents, we have quite a lot of different challenges that we might be facing. Let me know if you can see me. The computer is saying something. All right. There are quite a lot of things that we might be facing as a parent. Some of us are facing maybe our children are specially abled, maybe they're on the spectrum, maybe ADHD, maybe because they think they are strong-willed, even whatever it is, neurotypical, neurodivergence. But these children are all glories, and they are all unique in their ways, and the Lord has trusted them in our hands, trust me, according to our capability and ability. If you think, oh, I'm tired and I'm stressed because of the kind of child I'm raising, you are so blessed and so honored to have that child because the Lord trusted you so much to give you that particular child. Trusted you so much. Please come and help me check this. I want to be sure I'm still audible. Am I audible? All right. So the Lord has trusted you so much to give you that assignment. You are such it's, what will I call you now? A captain. You are a captain, and I celebrate every mother that is raising a child who is specially abled, on the spectrum, any disability, any whatever it is, maybe physical challenge, physical disability. I want to say, well done. You're doing amazing. You're doing just right. And I want to thank you for doing a great job. And I want to encourage you never to give up at this point. Whatever it is that you're doing that is working, please keep at it. I know sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're weak, but please do not dwell long on that mountain of weakness. Always find a place of strength for you to pick yourself again. And that is why we need the right kind of people around us. That is why we need the right circle of friends. We need the people that are trusted, people that are equipped. They are also skilled that can help us whenever we are not in a strong state. So I want to say, well done. Well done, well done, well done. So you've been equipped. All you need to do is just to search those things out within you and begin to use them. Begin to use them. So in general, to all parents today, what exactly have you been doing with this, your growing glory? What have you been up to? What have you been up to? Have we just been imposing power and authority on our children in the name of, you know what, I'm doing this parenting right and I'm so intentional that I don't even listen to any jargons from my children? What are the things you're actually calling jargons or irrelevant points from your children? You know, sometimes, when we are so intentional, we can be busy and yet be guilty. I really wish everybody's going to get my point today. We can be so busy doing everything we have in our power, in our ability, capability to give the best to our children, yet very, very guilty. And that is why I always call it a stop and check for us to check. What exactly have I been doing? I just want to impose power. I'm not just going to say anything. I will just impose power and you just have to. You just have to listen. Excuse me. I just want you to listen and that is it. I'm not sure I'm still live. A call came in. All right. So you just want to impose power, authority, and that is instead of building and teaching or teaching them the why. If all you do every time is just to impose power, just do it. I am the parent here. I am the mother here. I am your mother. I am your father. Just listen. You might be very busy and guilty. If your line every time or most of the time is, I am your father, I am your mother, just do it, you might need to do a very long stop and check to ensure you are actually teaching and also raising them to understand what I call the why. These are little things that can actually help us to journey successfully on this parenting journey. They might sound so little, but it's going to help us a lot. Because I want you to know that counseling is first an emotional connect between our children and our. Counseling is first an emotional connect between our children and I. Before we can even think about what tools I want to use, what parenting tool, what parenting skills do I need to get to raise my children? You need to first emotionally connect with your children. A lot of people miss that part of the connection. A lot of people miss the part of the emotional connection, physical connection, whatever connection you need to build. And they run to the aspect of, I just want to do it. I have this tool, this is my parenting style, and I want to use it. And we become the, what I call the principality and power. I haven't been away with quite a lot of teenagers I met, and I've been asking myself, how did we get to this point? How did we get to the point of sleeping? How did you get to the point of sleeping and not realizing what we are doing to our children? How did you get to this point? I hear so many things from teenagers, and it really bothers me. And these days we are raising children, teenagers that cannot actually tell us their mind anymore because the connections are not there, because they've been judged over the time, because they've been humiliated by the so-called parents and caregivers. And they tend to be vulnerable because they'll be looking for a safe space. As a parent, if you are no more a safe space for your children, there is fire on the mountain. Can I say that again? As a parent and caregiver, if you as a mother or father no more a safe space for your children, there is sure fire on the mountain. And I really want us to start thinking about what we do and what we are doing with them. Because every cry of a misbehaving child is a cry for help. We say oftentimes, my child is no more listening. My child is not following through instruction. My child is misbehaving. But do you know that these things that we are tagging and we are seeing that they are not quite normal, I'm not saying they're good, is a cry for help. The child is actually crying for help. Why are you misbehaving? I told you before, you didn't listen. I told you to do this, you didn't do it. I asked you to do the house chores, but till now you're not doing it. Can we take a moment to see the help that the child is crying for? Because definitely there is need to help the child at a particular time. And it's our job. But if we are not skilled or ready for this, we just end up going to shout at them. We might end up damaging them instead, and we will think we are building them in the name of, I do not take nonsense. I'm trying not to say so much of things that are personal to people. However, I just want people who are going to take a moment to just, we get too familiar with parenting that we think that it's just normal. What is the big deal? What are they saying? Anyways, my child. Why do they teach me how to raise my child? I've heard that quite a number of times, couple of times, and I know how parents can be. That we don't even want to know that our child's misbehavior is a cry for help. No matter what is going on in the life of your child at this moment, no matter what is going on in your parenting journey, I want you to know that every case, no case is irreplaceable, or no situation is irredeemable. No matter how what you have heard, what you have seen, or how tired you might be on this journey, or on that particular child. Oh, yeah, doesn't understand. Maybe you should go take the child for 1 week. That child is not a case closed. No case, no situation is irredeemable. And I'll say it again, and I know you've heard that countless times, that every child is teachable. And you getting the right skill, getting the required knowledge, necessary help that you need is going to help you on this journey. If you are feeling overwhelmed at this point, if you're feeling like, nobody understands, I'm just the only one, nobody's here to help, this child is not even improving, you need the right help. Don't wait until you break down. Many children have been damaged because their parent waited and they broke down, and they in return break their children. If we wait until we get to the point of breakage, where we leave our optimum level and we go into the higher arousal and we break down without the adequate help, we will definitely not just break ourselves, but we will break our children in the process. It sounds as if I'm talking in parable, but I feel like my heart is a little bit broken when I see the result of parents who have waited and they are broken, and they have, they break their children in the process. So we have the grace. I'm sure you are not broken yet. I'm sure that you have edge, even though you're tired. So why can't we just wake up at this point instead of waiting to the point of breaking ourselves and destroying that glory God has given to us? Why can't we do something now? Why can't you do something? Why can't I do something? We often say that knowledge is power. But to me, I'll tell you that is an half truth. We think most of the time we know, we have the adequate knowledge, and you have the power. But that might be an half truth, because it is only that knowledge that is working that is power. It is the knowledge that you applied. Let me say that. The knowledge you apply, the knowledge that you can apply, the knowledge that is applicable to the situation at hand and produces results, that is what you can call power. But many of us in this journey, when we look at our growing glory, we are just saying we are knowledgeable. We are saying we have the adequate power. But is this knowledge that we carry, is it applicable to what challenge or whatever situation we might be going through, maybe in our parenting journey or in our children's life? Okay, yes, you said it's applicable. Is it producing the desired results? If the knowledge that I have is not producing the desired result, if the knowledge that you have is not yet producing the desired result that you want to see in your parenting journey, in your family lifestyle, it means we need to get to work and get the required skills, the skills that we require. So what do I do? I've done everything. You have not done anything. Just relax. I know you're tired. It is okay to take a break. It is okay to cry if you need to. And that's why I always tell parents, why are you telling your child not to cry? If I feel like crying this time, I'll cry. It's okay. I can be so emotional, even though a lot of people who are not aware of that. I can really be so emotional. And that is not a problem. It's okay to let out my negative emotion or my positive emotion. The most important thing for me is to use the right knowledge that is going to serve me and produce the required results. Even though it causes me to cry from the beginning, it doesn't really matter. The end result is what we are looking at. Don't forget, we are talking about our growing glory today. And I know I'm talking so much like I know, like I know the woman who is talking in parables today. But I know we are too intelligent and wise. We are very, very wise to get and to grasp what I'm saying today. I'm sure about that. So knowledge is not just power, but it's the knowledge that is applied and is producing the desired results. We can confidently say that is power. We have said so many things, so many things. You just say to your children, this is exactly how my mom taught me, and I turned out right. And you also do not have choice than to just do what I say, and you're going to turn out right. And the child kept asking you why. But you are going to be aggressive in the response. You are going to be defensive. You are going to just be the shield of fight. Your fight and flight mode is just going to come up when the children ask you why, because in sincerity, you do not understand the why. It's just something that has come over the time as a culture or tradition to you. You don't even know why your mom taught you like that. But if you ask your mom, she's going to tell you that our own mom, which is your grandma, taught her like that. So it's been passed down from generation to generation. And these people that we're raising now, the Gen Z, the Alpha, the Beta generation, whatever they call them, they want to know why. We were raised not to be able to have a critical thinking skill that is working on high speed. But these ones, they think critically and they will not just swallow any why that they do not understand. So because you do not actually know the why of this is how we do it, you come with a very, the fight and fight mode. Don't ask me that question. If that sounds like you, please get the required help. Do a stop and check and say, what tradition, this culture, what culture is not stone, is not rigid, it's built. If you cannot answer the why, please start building your own culture now. If you cannot sincerely tell that child, especially let's use teenagers as a case study today. If you cannot explain to them, don't do this because we do not do this because this happened and this happened and this is how we see it, else we say this is this, please build a new culture. Because culture is not built on stone, it's not rigid, it's what we build. So what culture are you building with your growing glory, especially your teenager? So teenagers, indeed, they actually want to always pour out their mind. I got quite a lot of questions, and some of them, they got me thinking a lot. I got questions like, why do my parents not very supportive? They're always cursing me. If I want to do this, they say, never, you can't do that. Because, and I see parents who has been made believe over the time that a certain profession is not good enough. I see parents that have been made believe that in our place, we don't do this. And they are not tracing back the origin of we don't do this, but they want to treat this generation like that. I see teenagers who are actually victims of molestation, assault, yet they don't know who to speak to. I see teenagers who are being molested by their own father, yet they are confused because that is what they're used to. They don't even know if it is right or wrong. And I've heard fathers saying, I am the father, and that is my child, and I can choose to do whatsoever I choose to do because I father the girl. You might say these things are not my business actually because, I'm doing my thing right. I'm not thinking like that. But you've forgotten that our children are living in this world. Are you creating a new world for your children entirely? Are we all still in this planet Earth? No, I will leave Africa. I will go to Europe. I will leave Europe. I will go to America. No, I'll go to Asia. We are all in planet Earth. And the earlier we save a child, the better for the future of our own child. Can I say that again? The earlier we save one child per time that you have the ability to save, the better for our own growing glory. Because the more they live here, the more they are in danger of being a victim of the situation. So don't sleep. It's not my business. My children are managed. My children are did this. So you're just locking them up in the world. They are not going to go out of the house, right? So don't be selfish. Whatever privilege you have, whatever skill that you have acquired, whatever knowledge that you have in your power, and you have the opportunity to teach, please do it. Let's save the world. One step at a time, hand in hand together we will stand. The world is going to a point that we cannot even explain what is happening anymore. We can't. If indeed you have a calm voice, a calm face, and a calm body, and you understand what is psychology, especially when it comes to child psychology, and you understand the way the children think, and you can hold your peace, and you can give listening ears, and you are a safe space for that child, you will be surprised what they will be telling you. You'll be surprised that that trusted teacher that you think is trusted is molesting that child. Mm. That trusted man that looks so simple, humble, mannered is not trusted anyways. So let's all be awake. Let's all be alert. I know it might not be a direct message to you, but if you save your space, if you save a child per time, your children are also saved. Their safety is more guaranteed. Let's get to work. We don't have excuses. It's not a matter of I'm a coach or I'm not a coach. It's not a matter of I'm a minister or this. No, we are all in this together as long as we are in this world. As long as you are a parent, an intending parent, a caregiver, you have passion for humanity, which is above all. You have passion for humanity. You are going to the work and do the needful. It is very important. And you will not wait and say, no, it's not my business. I don't need to learn what they are saying. You will know that every skill that you learned or you're acquiring on parenting, on raising teenagers is never going to be a waste. Even if you don't want to be a parent, which I understand. You know that it is going to be useful for somebody someday. I spoke with quite a lot of teenagers, and some of them made me, I became emotional in my private space. And then, and I said, I'm just going to come here today for us to just wake up and get to know that there is work. Sometimes we get busy with unnecessary things, and because we don't know that the work is heavy. The field is so ripe. The harvest is so plenty. And many teenagers, children are perishing every day. They are, even some of them, they are victim of their parenting, because even their parent does not even know what parenting is all about. Imagine a parent telling a teenager, asking them, why can't you feed yourself? You're a teenager now. What does that mean? Can somebody explain to me? What does that mean? Maybe there's a place they will dance and dance naked and get money. I don't want to go deep. And the parent is telling the child, why are you not going to work today? And in quote, that work is that girl going there to dance naked. And they're going to give the child money. And they're going to say, but they're not touching them. Only to just dance naked and come back. Are we not going to eat? Should I kill myself? I know it doesn't sound like you. God has blessed you so much. You're educated. You have all the money. But do you know that our children are living in the same world with these people? If you stand on your feet now and save one child per time, your children are saved. I keep saying this statement. I'm saying the same statement because I know what I'm saying. If you rise to your feet, make a decision that you're going to save a child per time, you have peace of mind. And that seed that you have sown on that child, the reward will be guaranteed on your own children protection. I don't want to make it spiritual, but I'm sure you're intelligent and wise. I'm sure. All right. I'm sure you're very intelligent and wise. So when we say our children are misbehaving, please note that that child is crying for help. So as we go, I want you to see beyond, this is how my mother taught me. I want us to see beyond, this is what I know. This is what has worked for my parents. I want us to live beyond. My grandma said that to my mother. My mother said it to me and I didn't question. Do not question me. I know a lot of people don't know, but if you are still hearing this and you feel like, what are they telling us? All these coaches, all this coach, whatever you call it, practitioners or whatever it is, and you just get angry. Yes, you are the one I'm talking to. Yes. You just get furious. You just get angry. Why are they telling me not to tell my child to question me? Relax. Don't forget your job is to build the child. Your job is not to damage that child. Your job is to build. So relax. Not every time you say, my mom said, they are asking for why. If truly you know your wife, please just tell her. Just say it. Just say it. If you know the why, it's not a problem. Say it. As we go, there is nothing convincing as when you're teaching what has worked for you. When you're teaching something that you have applied. All right, I think you can hear me now. Apologies on that. Can you hear me? Please let me know. I can see my mama there. Okay, I'm just checking Facebook now. My mama is there, but my part, Oluroti, me. Thank you, mommy, for joining me. Anytime I see you on my live broadcast, I am always very excited and I feel blessed. Thank you so much. I'm not counting your joining for granted. I celebrate you and I celebrate great mommy. God bless you. I can see Vishana Abioye there. Thank you for joining. Joining from Lagos, Nigeria. I can see, even though you're not saying, I know you're joining from Ilori. Vishanatoi, thank you for joining. I can see Antibuki right there. Thank you for joining me. And many other people that are there. And I believe you can hear me now. All right. So today is you can see I'm very, very gentle today. I am on a very solemn state because I think sometimes we just talk, with energy and everything. We get to miss out the important things. What I've said today might look like what she's saying. Sincerely, you can give me a call. We can talk about this in private. If it seems I'm the only one that understands what I've been saying so far, please, our business line is on the page. You can just send a message and you're going to get a message of when you can talk to me. There is need for us to wake up from our sleep and slumber. We can't but wake up. We can't but wake up. Children in this generation are actually asking us, they want to know, why can't I have sex now? What is the problem with you, mommy? What is the problem, coach? Can you let me know? So if you don't know your why, and the only reason why you have been told growing up is, you know what? You are going to get pregnant. And when you get pregnant, your life is destroyed. They will tell you, coach, wait. I will not get pregnant. I know exactly what to do not to get pregnant. So do you know why we need to be skilled? Are we getting what I'm saying? We can't continue to tell them what we were told because they know better. These children that we think we are raising are smarter than us. So we can't just give them a vague response. Don't go and do it, oh. If you do it, you're going to pregnant. They will tell you, calm down, coach. They will give you method and things they can do not to be pregnant. So what are you going to say next? So let your why be clear. Let it be clear. Let your why be clear. And let it be beyond the traditional response. And that is bring us to our family values, our vision, our mission in every family. I'm talking about the one that everyone in your family is aware, the written document. Because if you get to a stage, your responses might not be enough. But what you have built your children on is what is going to be enough. Can I say that again? If we get to a stage in this generation and the time we are living in, and with what is acceptable in many advanced countries around the world, when they would send letter home, I think in some country, I don't want to mention names because I have friends and family all over, they will send letter, I think is it grade 4 or their 4th year or 6th year, that the children is allowed now to make out. And if your parents are saying no, please get back, call the police or report at school. And that now depends on what you have taught the child. In saying about I don't know how to say that adage again. It's whatever it's there, the foundation is going to tell. So it's not the time to now say, you cannot do it, or if you do it, it's a sin. What have you been building? Have you allowed that child to grow to know God on a personal level? The word, you're saying the word is ending, and we haven't seen nothing yet. We have not seen anything yet. We're not going to fail on our children, but there's need for us to wake up right now. All right, I want to see if we have questions or you want me to talk about something before I leave your face. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Any questions so far? Any question? Let's say even on teenagers. What do you want me to say on teenagers? What question do you want to ask on teenagers? And again, if you are here, you are a parent and you are with your children, you are still their mother and father, I want you to thank God. And I always think of something before. No, I don't want to die because of my children. I don't want to die because of my husband. But it got to a point in my life, God forbid, if something happened to me. Have I done a good work on these ones that they'll be able to stand their ground? I ask myself questions that people will actually say, oh, he is crazy. And I have my reasons. What have you been doing with this growing glory? But the point I want to raise is, if you have your children, you are still alive, be thankful. I met teenagers, I met children, I spoke to them that some of them, their parents are alive, but they can't stay with them because they can't feed them. Some of them, their parents are not alive, and they don't have choice than to stay and endure molestation, hardship. Not because they don't know that this is bad, but they do not have choice. You can say they have choice, they can run away. They are teenagers. If they run away, they are going to run away not that den. Maybe they are in they were in dog den. They might run into a tiger or lion's den. We need to pray up. We need to wake up. We need to be sincere with this assignment called parenting God has deposited in our hands. And we need to be ready to embark on saving a child per time. There are quite a lot of things that you can do. If you think you are the type that, I can't go on a mission field, I can't leave my children. I know we can all go on mission field, but you can support those who are going on mission field. You can do something, you can collaborate, you can meet people, you can meet organizations, you can meet NGOs. There are quite a lot of people who are embarking on such projects, and these projects are not cheap at all. So just ensure that you're determined, ensure that all right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think my volume is going off and on, but I believe you can hear me now. I'll quickly round up so that we can go. Yes, mommy, you said there is a negative information out there. We need to give them the truth. Yes. And the truth is, we need to really be intentional about letting them know the truth, because the information that are outside is too much. It's all over that we cannot actually win it. The only way we can win it is to ensure the foundation that we have laid for our children is firm. That is the only way. And that brings us back to maybe you have a 9 years, a 10 years that is already asking you about sex, intercourse. And you're like, what have you been telling? Shut up. Please don't shut that child. If they can ask it, you can explain it. Can I say that again? If they can ask it, that means they are big enough for you to explain. Because if you don't explain to that child who actually ask a direct question, you already endanger that child. And the destruction that will come after it is going to be massive. And I pray that will not be our portion in the name of Jesus. I know a lot of us are not raised like that. It's weird to us, without you ask. Did that child ask? Please don't deny. Don't run away. Don't shy away. Don't do the same thing your own parent did to you, because your parent did not even tell you anything. Now that you have your period, if they touch you now, you're going to be pregnant. And the children of this, they know you are lying. They will tell you, coach, how can a boy touch me and I will be pregnant? No, I know how to do the do that causes the pregnancy. So we need to be equipped and skilled. That's what I'm saying. We need to be equipped and skilled. And that's why we have, when we talk about family media plan, I'm sure most visionaries will understand this if you were in class all through your sessions, because these are the things that we dealt with. How do we come about our family values, our media plans, our vision and missions? We are intentional about raising these things. And when another batch is going to be starting soon, I say, join us. What are they teaching? Are they going to be the one to teach? Nobody's begging you. What are very expensive now? Don't come. It's okay. But never, ever use your own children as an experiment. One of the greatest mistakes any parent or caregiver can do is to use your child, your growing glory, that assignment God has given to you and have placed in your hand, as an experiment, a practical. It's going to be a disaster. Please, if you want to fail yourself, it's okay. But do not fail God on raising an amazing child. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Yes, Madam Toyin said, knowledge that is applied to a situation at hand and produce the required and expected result is power. Exactly what I said. Knowledge is power. I am knowledgeable. You might have a PhD, maybe a professor, and still fail when it comes to parenting. You might be Archbishop. I don't like to always say this, but every minister of God must be on their toes at this generation and know that parenting and being a minister is not the same. And that is why I say confidently, and watch out for that parenting is a higher calling. We will not fail on our children. A lot of us were raised, maybe you were raised by a pastor, a bishop, your father, maybe your grandfather, ask your parents. They never had that connection with their father, but they see their dad attending to every family in the church, running around, but they never had the time once for their dad to take them out to play because their dad has gotten the call. Please, let's be careful with this generation. We cannot tread on that path in this generation. Parenting is an higher calling, a very big calling that we must not fail on our children. All right, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I guess there is no question. I am here on Facebook. Maybe I should just quickly check other platforms to know if I have question. Thank you so much. It feels good to be back. Sincerely, it feels good to be back. I think the Vision Guide is not live. It's not live, right? Okay, I am so happy to be back here today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today from all our platforms, from the Vision Guide, from Olawi Esther Oyelayo, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I believe Instagram is live. I'm not very quite certain about that. So if Instagram is not live, we apologize. We try to see how to put the video there. All right, we're talking about our growing glory today. And the most important thing for us to know that beyond saying knowledge is power, it is not absolutely correct, but the knowledge that is applicable, that we applied and has produced the desired result in a certain situation that we put it in is power. And as we go, don't forget that parenting must be intentional, parenting must be purposeful, parenting must be full of vision. And this vision is what is going to guide you jealously. Where? On this parenting journey. And that is why we say only the Vision Guide. My name is Oye Esther, and I am your family life practitioner and your parenting coach. And this is called the Parenting Essential, coming to you from the Vision Guide. And I'll see you again next week, Saturday, by the grace of God, if Jesus tarries. For now, stay blessed and know that only the Vision guides. God bless you.